9:58 p.m., January 22nd, 2020. Episode number 771 of UhhYeahDude. My name is Jonathan. This is Seth. Hello, Seth.
So happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. Episode 771 of our comedy podcast, UhhYeahDude America, through the eyes of two American Americans. I had a question for you. I was reading my brand new bow hunting world magazine.
I got a bow for Christmas.
You got a bow that would allow you to bow hunt?
I mean, sure, I guess.
Is that what it's for?
Well, it's for archery.
Archery, more in a
Zen?
hobby Zen-like?
In a Zen-like way?
In a Zen-like way.
It's a longbow.
It's a longbow.
It's not a compound bow.
If you will, and you know the difference.
I do.
As a Zen Archer. Zen Archer. I love that show.
The cartoon?
A cartoon. It's a new anime I'm working on with FXX.
Yeah, I got a traditional
that?
longbow. My father.
Your father, John Larroquette, gave his son, Jonathan Larroquette, a longbow, traditional Zen-like bow, not a short bow. Ah, fuck. This Bow Hunting World magazine has a lot of information, how to rewire your mental game. You don't need that. It's already been rewired.
You think I could get these from you when you're done?
You want me to save it, recycle it into your noggin? Find your African safari in Texas. Well, you can't do that because Africa's not Texas.
Probably go big game.
Oh, big game hunted down in Tejas.
Sure, they've got some canned hunts down there.
Canned hunts. Cervezas.
We raised our own rhinos. Come and kill these ones.
Plan next year's ambush. Gather your intel now. I'm already thinking about next year's ambush. Ambush 2021. The Zen
Intel.
Shortbow Intel Chronicles.
Intel years. The longbow Intel years.
God. This is an ad for, I guess, an arrow eaten. You'll know what it is. I just don't understand. There's a
Easton or Eaton?
Easton.
Thank you.
There's
makers of amazing arrows and
arrow. It's an amazing arrow by
and
Easton.
also college baseball bats.
Yeah. These are carbon 6.5 millimeter AccuCarbon arrows. There's a gentleman. Let's say he's a hunter. He's got a bow and arrow, but I don't understand the text that's with the. What does that mean? What does it say? First of all,
with all due respect to China, it's a long shot to Kansas.
What does that mean?
That means that Easton carbon arrows are made in America.
Okay, American made.
So they're not these cheap Chinese carbon arrows that you can get on Amazon and stuff like that.
All right.
So it's a long shot.
Hey.
Like,
with all due respect, and you know when I say that, I mean
no respect.
Zero respect. Sorry, unsorry. With all due respect to China, what is it?
It's a long shot to Kansas.
It's a long shot to Kansas or Texas or Africa or wherever we're hunting. Okay, so what they're saying is this is an American-made carbon fiber product killing
arrow
instrument. So keep your Amazon bullshit out.
Yeah.
Hey, because all due respect, it's a long, what is it?
It's a long
shot to Kansas.
How hard is that to remember?
Kansas. It's a yellow brick road. So keep that in mind.
That's my guess.
So when you put the Pink Floyd on China, hey, all due respect, China, but when I put Pink Floyd in this movie on, oh, forget about it. What do you think the Chinese version of that is? Do they
totally
have
fine product, I'm sure.
No, not the arrows. The Pink Floyd Wizard of Oz. What's theirs? It's probably that Matt Damon movie, Great Wall, or that movie he made. It's probably that movie. And maybe
like a Radiohead record or something?
No.
Something trippy or like something not trippy?
Something not trippy.
Like an Eminem record? Like Eminem's third record?
Okay. Maybe like something along those lines. Yeah, but maybe not Eminem.
Fallout Boy.
Maybe Fallout Boy. Fallout Boy's fourth album. Did they make 4 albums? I'm sure. The third track of their fourth album, whatever song that is, if you play that with Goodwill Hunting,
Great Wall, and Great Wall,
and Great Wall, that's what you get. You fucking it. The way that shit sinks when Patrick, is he in that band? Probably. Whenever Jeremy whacks that drum, you know, at the beginning of the song, and Matt Damon is like, "Hi," at the Great Wall, it's like
same,
perfect. Just you'll never be the same.
Did you ever do the
Great Wall of China?
No, have you ever been to the Great Wall? Have you ever do the Pink Floyd Wizard of Oz thing?
Definitely.
That's whack.
Definitely.
That's for amateurs.
Is it real? Oh, there's like deeper cuts.
Well, it's for stupid people that don't know how to trip.
Oh, really? Oh, do tell.
I'm just
I thought you
saying.
were going to come up with like a,
it's like baby shit.
that's like baby steps.
It is.
What you really got to do.
It's like anything can do that. If you're tripping hard enough, you can sync up anything. You can sync.
that true?
Yeah, because the
It
whole
just-
fucking
it all-
universe gets into sync.
Does it?
Also, the Wizard of Oz and the Pink Floyd thing drifts after like 10 minutes.
It
or
doesn't
something
work
like
after
that.
a while.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't on that shit I was on.
Maybe you
Maybe the shit you take ain't strong enough.
Harpers Index, February 2020. The estimated number of drones that the U.S. government, or that governments worldwide, will purchase in the next decade for combat use
Combat use.
is 1,800.
That's a lot of combat drones. What
The
would that
amount
just
of
drop a bomb?
Yeah, shooter drones and killer drones, assassin drones, bomber drones.
So you're just chilling. Here comes a drone. What's it carrying? Before you can finish that. Bomb! Okay. Tases you? What?
No, that was like a high velocity
like
silent
bullet.
silent
Okay.
bullet.
It's more like this.
Um,
You know, I do Foley for
first,
all Netflix action movies.
all military.
All military Netflix action films. Hold on, let me get this. That? No.
They will purchase 1,800 worldwide over the next decade for combat use. For surveillance use, they will purchase about 75,000.
That's a lot. I was gonna say that I was gonna say 1,800 sounds like a lot, but then you said for surveillance,
That's a lot.
which is actually still for killing, because
Ultimately,
it kills you slowly.
Well, it just makes sure they know where you are when they come to kill you.
Well, it just gathers the information you don't want
The
out, and
intel.
it slowly lets the intel out, and that kills you.
Yeah, the intel leak.
Search history.
The intel hemorrhage
The
kills
intel
you.
hemorrhage leak of April 2020.
75,000, which is actually probably an underestimate, I would think.
That's so many. So those would just be drones out kicking it. Will they be
Eyes in the sky.
disguised like a frisbee? Like, God, so many people play frisbee here.
No.
What a crazy town.
Frisbee town.
No college in this town. Why is there so many frisbees?
I think some will be disguised and some will be
Some will walk amongst us.
some will be blatantly
Yeah.
obvious,
Like
and
sitting next
known.
to you at work.
I think some will be secret, covert, probably of some sort, some type of
Yeah.
masking or
That's
camouflaging.
if you will, camouflaging. Like in the fridge. Rotisserie chicken, where'd that come
It's a
from?
Mayo Drone.
Weird.
Oh, my Mayo Drone.
Miracle
Who
fucking.
knew? I had no
Miracle
idea.
drip. What is that?
But yeah, that would probably be a good business to be getting into.
Yeah, you
around-
got to get in that Intel fucking drone business. It's gonna be a lot of surveillance, because you know what that can do? That can like get right up to the windows, and like it can get really into the nooks and crannies. You know, because you might think you have a shade, and the shade doesn't go all the way down, but it's just the bottom. It's only a 1/4 inch. That drone will be able to drop in and like kind of use some mirrors and stuff and get around corners. Oh, I can do that around this corner because
Imagine
You
how
can't see.
fucking terrifying it is to probably have to fight against something that's not alive.
I mean, like fighting against a sort of a robot army, if you will.
Yeah, or just as an individual to know like the stakes that you're playing with versus the stakes that your enemy is playing
Yeah.
with are so it's like
Yeah.
this thing is trying to end my life,
It has
and the
no-
best thing that I could do is like give it a flat tire, and
Yeah.
like, and
its
even
mission-
then another one
Yeah.
will, like 6 more are gonna just
Yeah.
come.
That's how I am in the
Like, there's
octagon. When I'm in the octagon, my fucking opponent looks at me. It's like, well, that's why they call him the machine.
That's why they call him the drone.
Because I just call him the drone. I flipped a switch, and I'm just like, I'm essentially a fucking killing machine.
Killing drone.
So what's up? And that's impossible
in the octagon.
because you're thinking about your wife, your kids. God, man.
The emotions.
You're
that
thinking
are-
about, yeah.
the adrenaline. This thing is
hunger,
just
fear.
this
Then you're
is-
looking across at me, and I'm just standing there, the drone,
Seth the drone Romatelli,
waiting to fucking
Middleweight.
destroy you.
middleweight champion of the
Yeah,
octagon.
Like, wow. Hey, but that's it.
Kill drone Romatelli.
I smell fear. That's the difference. That's the difference when you fight in the drone.
So it's just it's so
It's scaring you.
it's so apocalyptic.
It's so scary.
It's so it looks so much like what
us.
people talked about the future
sort of being.
the future sort of being,
It's here.
but none of the cool ways, none of
No,
the
no,
like
no, none of the
you know,
jetpack
none of the
ways.
jetpack glass dome
No.
aviary, like giant
No, 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 no,
aviaries
no.
kind of a way.
More of just
only
like
in the
punched
Yeah.
from behind from an unseen drone. How much it would hurt if you had a coffee and you were walking down the street and a drone came up from behind you and just punched you in the back. And by the time you
Camo drone.
turned around,
You can't see it.
It was like giving you a drone finger and flying away. You would be on your knees like, oh, and everyone would be like pointing at it, but like, what are you doing? Like,
Nothing.
there he went. Oh, and
Sucks.
scary.
Sucky.
Sucky. Scary. Scientists have discovered the oldest solid material ever found on Earth from a meteorite that fell in Australia about 50 years ago. The material that the researchers examined are called PreSolar grains or Stardust. Stardust sounds way better than PreSolar grains.
It sounds better, but
What's
it's
your
also been
band name?
overused.
Stardust. What's your band name? PreSolar Gains sounds good. That's my new protein powder. It's Stardust,
It's prehistoric
maca,
gain
prehistoric
gain powder.
gain powder. PreSolar Gains.
Dinosaur bones. It's ground up dinosaur
super expensive. Excuse me. This particular sample is about 5 to 7 billion years old and predates the sun, which the Field Museum in Chicago says is about 4.6 billion years old.
The museum it is?
The museum is a little under 5 billion years old.
Sorry. So how old is this
The
stuff?
sun, they claim, I
Is-
guess they know.
Yeah, they do. They must. Somebody has to.
They're saying that the sun's about 4.6 billion years
And
old.
this shit is-
They're saying this stardust they have is between 5 and 7.
All right.
So pre-sun. Also,
Capri
wonderful Capri pre-sun. This is one of the most exciting studies I've worked on, said Philip Heck, lead author of the study, published in the peer-reviewed Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and associate professor at the University of Chicago. The stardust was preserved in a meteorite that fell in Murchison, Victoria in 1969. Researchers at the University of Chicago have been studying the material for about 30 years. So I guess they just stared at it for 20, studied it for 30. Turns out this is the most exciting thing.
It's possible they didn't find it for 20?
Oh, you think maybe it fell in 69?
Nobody saw it?
Found it in 89? Well, what were they doing?
What do you mean? What were
Listening
they
to
doing?
Men at Work. That's what they were doing. They come from the land. Fucking idiots walking around like,
Eating
yeah.
Vegemite
Hey,
sandwiches.
there's more Vegemite. There's a 6 billion year old stardust.
Probably fell in the outback and like nobody
Oh.
saw it.
Because shit wasn't on fire back then. See, that's the good thing about everything being on fire. It takes
There's
you,
no
it
good
gets you
thing.
out there and then you find the shit.
There's nothing good
If
about
there's no
that.
fires, then it's just koalas pushing around a 5 billion year old meteorite. See, you got to think of the bright side.
So they stared at it for 20.
Yeah.
Checked
this
it out
guy-
for 30.
This fucking guy, this is the most exciting thing that's ever happened. How's your life? Boring.
It's probably pretty exciting.
Is it though?
It's
Staring at a piece of dirt for 30 years?
a
This is the most exciting thing. What do you do then?
What do you
Shit,
do the
man.
rest of the time?
What do you do the rest of the fucking time if this is so rad? What are you going to do? I mean, who knows? We're going off the Field Museum's research at 4.6 for the sun. I don't know.
No, I guess we don't.
I don't know.
We can't verify that
The Field
firsthand.
Museum. Could be another museum with another name in another city.
That says another time.
This is another time.
I had a ancient.
Oh boy. Go on.
My friend had a rock, a meteorite rock that was, I think it was called rock number 1 or rock number 2. Two meteorites that fell to Earth at some point that you can buy them from like
Nick Cage style? Like
rock shop.
the
kinda
rock
thing.
shop.
But he had a rock number 1, I think, and he was like, "Hold this," and
But beware.
no, it was
Oh.
just it had an odd. What is it? Sort of like something being incredibly dense, but incredibly light, and
Like a
yet
souffle.
very very heavy.
Okay, like a French souffle. Go on.
Rich,
And you sense this.
rich man, poor man.
And you
yeah,
sense
no, there
this.
was something about it that it didn't feel like if you just picked up like a rock on the earth of the same size and same weight. It had some other sort of air about it.
Okay.
So I went and found myself
Rock number 3.
rock number 1. I bought the same thing.
Okay.
Some rock number 1.
How old can you verify?
I don't know how old.
I got
A couple
some
of 100,000
old thing-
years old, something like that.
But some fucking, bohemian fucking hobo archaeologist used to fucking drink beer at the bar with my dad, and I think the guy was like legit. I mean, my dad gave me some. He gave him some pieces. I don't know what. Some like a coin from like the Tang Dynasty in like China that he like when he was digging like
Carnival.
Yeah,
Carnival
he
coin.
got, like,
Carnival
the
toilet.
Topsfield Fair
toilet
in New Hampshire.
Toilet coin.
Tell your son. My father, like, I'll tell him. But it's some like it's got a. Let me grab it.
I want to see this Tang Dynasty.
Hold on, let me get into my box. Hold on. I'm going into my wooden box.
Oh,
Is an engraving
ancient-
of a sparrow.
ancient
this is my
ephemera.
ancient.
It's a booby trapped
Okay,
box.
be careful with this. Now, when I hold this, it's going to be dense,
And yet
but light.
very light, but
If this-
very heavy.
If this breaks in half, I'm going to flip up. This could actually. We've been waiting for that blanket, like my Native American blanket that I could sell at Antiques Roadshow. This could actually be.
Yeah, they could be like Seth.
Oh, that's actually from the Tang Dynasty.
That's the only known coin from surviving from the Tang Dynasty.
Jack Ma from
One is-
Alibaba wants to be. Have you? That's from the Tang Dynasty, 600 to 1000 AD.
Oh, you got it written. Psychopath.
What about this fucking?
Looks like a nut washer from
What
like
about this 4 billion year old fucking rock that I got from the Field Museum? This was another piece. But look, there's some sort of like fish in there, so
Yeah.
it's like this is the 3 billion years old. Jonathan, by kissing that, I'm kissing all of. Don't. I'm gonna look that up. I could have $1 million coin right here. Jonathan, that's from the fucking. Hold on, Tang isn't Tang like
The
isn't
drink?
That the drink?
Space
Oh,
drink?
this is definitely fake. This is from the Fresca period. You remember the Fresca period in
Tab
Dynasty. Oh, fuck, Dad. No, this guy was like a kook fucking. I mean, he had cargo pants on. That's half the battle.
Back then, that meant a lot.
Back in the 80s, drinking at a bar with an Indiana Jones hat? Oh, that must have been it. He probably just saw Raiders of the Lost Ark and just started, like, cosplaying. This is my coin. How much is that worth? $300,000? Unbelievable. I have unearthed an incredible piece. It was in my engraved, embossed sparrow ancient. I keep all my ancient artifacts in this box. Right? How much are we looking at? 600, 700,000? Probably. Easy. What are we looking at? Yeah, probably closer to $1 million. Right? 1.2? What? Two?
$4.
Four. But that's $4 in yen
with inflation.
So it's actually, I think it's like closer to like $200,000. Okay. Thank you.
As a result, the coin, though over 1,000 years old, is still plentiful and inexpensive because they made so many of them.
Because we found it at the fair.
Found it in the dirt at the fair.
Get this shit. Well, what about my billion-year-old piece?
That's not worth shit either.
Damn it. So nothing. I get nothing.
It was an era of great prosperity and artistry.
That was a beautiful time.
It continued they made the coin for 300 years.
Well, I mean, because I studied a lot of when I inherited the coin, let's say inherited, because it's such value, pristine value. I studied a lot about the Tab dynasty, and they were an incredible time.
Well.
All right. So
not exact.
I think you said $4.
I think that's how much it would be with shipping to get one over here.
All right. So maybe I'll get it out of my the special box.
Doesn't mean it doesn't have magical qualities or something.
There's got to be something, right? Looks like there's a dead something in there.
I think you can buy those just about any little.
All right then.
Rock shoppy.
All right, let's close up my box, and I guess again I've got nothing of value.
Why do you have that? That's the only two things in that box. Is that the only two things in that box? Is that the only two things in that box?
My retirement box. That was my retirement box. Oh God, Patreon, Patreon. Oh
what
please,
a stupid box.
Please.
Of all.
Oh, I'm so old, and that was my retirement box. Fuck you, Tang Dynasty.
I can't.
Hey, why are you using the same fucking coins for 300 years?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
They made them good. That's it. They made them with craftsmanship.
If it ain't broke.
Oh, fuck. Try to pull a fast one on Ai Weiwei, and he called me out.
USA Today snapshots. U.S. school cafeterias, they waste an estimated 530,000 tons of food per year.
Okay.
So they also waste about 20.9 billion gallons of water.
That's a lot.
And $1.7 billion of money.
Just money. Couple bill. How much pounds of food?
530,000 tons.
That's a couple 100,000 pounds of tater tots every year, just slid off of a tray into humongous receptacles. God,
shouldn't that not be
proof enough to
school's responsibility?
What?
Food.
Whose responsibility?
Schools.
In what way?
Well, because it's like their job is like hard enough for one, but also like you have to like educate and like keep them safe. Like let's maybe defer the food thing to some other agency or.
You mean an entire other agency?
Absolutely. Why? Why do they have to maintain a massive kitchen that also is completely and utterly
understaffed,
inefficient? Well, I mean, kids are already, what kid with half a brain doesn't fucking get out of that school food system as quickly as they possibly can? Whether that means bringing their own food, going to a store and buying food.
Well, it must be, I think probably for so much, that's where a lot of people end up having to eat. Like getting a meal at school is like where they get their food.
Right, but but again,
but
we know that it's terrible food and that it's completely and totally. It just seems like it should be like an outside organization, not a budget-minded. Somebody that's trying to incorporate that into like a bottom line.
Yeah,
You know,
textbooks from the early 90s.
right? You know, I don't know.
I think this is slightly off, some of these facts here.
This isn't exactly true anymore.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? It's flat? I thought it was. Wait,
I thought it wasn't.
flat. My dad said it's flat. My dad said it's flat, and he said if that bitch tells you it ain't, stand up and walk out and tell me.
FaceTime her.
So I'm going to do it right now.
I gotta FaceTime you.
Dad, you tell him. Mr. Jennings, I can't do this with you again.
Can't go through this
I
again.
can't go through this with you again.
Oh, God. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine.
There's got to be a ton of them.
I can't
Just
imagine.
delusional InfoWar dads.
Can't imagine.
Just filling
InfoWar
their
dads
fucking kids.
filling their kids with truth and marching into school to tell everyone.
Go on. Get out there.
I can't imagine. Little Alex Jones is everywhere. I thought your name was Donald. Call me Alex! Like my leader and teacher and father, Alex. Is he still around? I haven't heard from him in a while.
I think he got into maybe a little bit of trouble, so he
I haven't really
hushed
heard
up a
from him.
little
He
bit.
hushed up a little bit.
Maybe.
I haven't heard much from him lately.
I think he had to pipe down a little bit.
Maybe they asked him to pipe down a little bit.
He got slapped with a
But
couple
I
of
thought when they asked
slander
those,
suits.
when they asked those people to pipe down,
They'd like
that's when
you
those
to-
people pipe up.
But they'd like you to think that. But when it really
Oh, but
comes
really,
down to it,
push
the
comes
last
to shove,
thing,
they have to pipe down.
because otherwise they don't want
There's
it.
nothing they love
Don't take my show away
There's
from
nothing
me.
they love more than being told to pipe down, because then they can see, like, see?
But if they
See?
actually get told to pipe down, they're gonna
See?
pipe the fuck down.
Yep. Crisis actor, told you, busted. I'm piping up.
False flag.
False flag, glow up, pipe up. Yep. Lot of information teachers
But if
have
you
to
got
do.
really like a proper knock at your door from one of those people that
From-
were
yeah.
like,
Hey,
we're
hey,
gonna
hey.
just chill on this for a minute, or
Yeah.
you're not gonna make like billions of
Yeah.
dollars selling your dude
Can't
wipes,
sell your,
you'd
like-
shut the fuck up
Yeah.
for a minute if you had to.
Can't sell your fucking testosterone fucking combs. If you use the comb in your hair grows because
But
the
if you do it in your
testosterone's in the pubes, and your pubes will bust out. And your woman will be like, I love all your pubes. Trust, they love it.
Bunker pubes.
Bunker pubes. Your wife will love it. If she doesn't, she's a fucking bitch. She's probably a bitch anyway. You know what I mean, right, bros? Man cave.
So, oh god.
All right. Okay. So we settled that.
But yeah,
Food
the
ain't good?
Food's not good. Wastes a lot.
I'm gonna
Nobody
get in
eats it
there. I'm gonna
anyway.
regulate.
What?
I'm going to get in there with some fucking quinoa, some rice bowls, talk to the kids, some kale chips.
But shouldn't it be like a non-profit kind of like government subsidized, like sort of
I think
sovereign?
those two things.
No.
Non-profit, government subsidized, sovereign, just traveling, false flag,
Here for a minute. Good.
gone
good.
forever. Sort of program. Right, we can do that, right? All right, I'm out. I solved it. On to the next thing. Oh, shit.
A
soldier. I can't read.
popular.
A popular soldier. Well, he actually is.
Okay.
He actually is. He's handsome. He's 34 years old. He's from Alabama. His name's Benjamin Hopper. He is serving in Afghanistan with the Nevada Army Guard, and he's been granted a religious accommodation to grow a beard in accordance with the Norse pagan faith that traces its origins to Scandinavia. Sergeant First Class Benjamin Hopper. He's a member of the Nevada Army Guard's 3665 Ordnance Company. He was granted the waiver following a lengthy review process that concluded with the Army's acknowledgement of his sincerity as a heathen. His exemption is the latest example of the military's effort, most notably in the U.S. Army and U.S. Air Force, to acknowledge the diverse religious practices represented in its ranks. The first accommodation came in 2017, following years of beard exemption requests and legal pressure from Sikh soldiers seeking to preserve religious traditions while still wearing their U.S. uniform. In November of 2018, Staff Sergeant Abdul Rahman Gaitan became the first Muslim airman to be granted the exemption in observance of the tenets of his faith. Because the 2017 directive is technically applicable to all religions, final judgment is often left to the individual leadership to discern authentic exemption requests from the insincere. Hopper calls his beard, quote, sacred, and a defining feature of masculine men. Did he use that in his defense?
Probably.
That's a wild defense.
Doesn't sound that wild to me.
It sounds just right to you, but using it as I will have this beard because it is the definition of a masculine man.
No, that's not what it says.
It says
Read it again.
he's a defining feature
A defining feature of masculinity.
of masculine men.
Of masculine men. Yeah, I mean.
As is this dick. I shall let my dick be out of said
No,
pants.
but I mean, it's Norse stuff,
Norse
man. It's
shit.
like fucking
Norse
Viking
shit.
Norse shit.
Fake shit. Norse shit.
Not, no more fake than anything else.
Okay.
Just,
Okay, Mr. Iceland, okay. Honoring he also said, honoring our ancient gods, my faith is deeply tied to the modern warrior lifestyle that I have been able to live during my military career, said 34-year-old Alabama native. So you mean the dude that watched Vikings on Netflix? And now you're a fucking Scandinavian, Norse fucking pagan heathen god? Fuck off.
it's probably some racist shit.
Oh, it's definitely white power shit. But beyond that, you can't watch Vikings and get so turned on and be like, I'm going to look like that. And then go to the army and be like, I'm a pagan Scandinavian Norse heathen god. And I shall be like them.
From Alabama.
From Alabama. Fucking people, man.
Dude,
What are you going to do?
You're not allowed, man. It's not your place.
I'm not allowed to be.
It's not your
I'm not? What if you? I wish he came to me. I'd be like, really? Really? I'd start asking him some questions, and when he couldn't answer a fucking thing, I would watch that series. And then I would ask him things that didn't appear on that, and when he couldn't answer a single fucking thing, I'd be like, oh, yeah. Wasn't on that one season, or however many stupid seasons of Vikings was on.
It's
I mean, cut the shit, man.
It's probably not
I don't understand any of this shit. What's that Witcher shit with fucking Henry Cavill that's on Netflix?
I don't even know.
Is that a something?
I don't know.
Can you go in and dress like him and be like, I'm the Witcher
I'm a witch.
from the ancient
Netflix
show Witcher? You're rude.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
leaving. 34-year-old Alabama native is now somehow
A Norse god.
a Norse god. Because his beard allows him to live out his... So you're a fucking psychopath who wants to... You
Live out your warrior
You want to
fantasy.
live out a warrior fantasy, and so you look way better with a beard, and I get that. You do. I saw you clean shaven. You look like shit. You look dope with a beard. I'm not saying that. But just because you're a fucking psychopath that wants to shoot people in Afghanistan to live out your fucking TV fantasy... That's my religion. Respect it. Respect my religion.
I don't know, bro. It's tough.
It's real tough.
It's yeah, there's like that new soldier look, which is like the military contractor guys that don't have to wear a full uniform, and so it's all like crazy like Oakley's beard, like
shaved on the side,
jeans but tactical vests and stuff, and they just it's like such a
Bosch.
It's such a boner
like military
look for
Bosch,
like I could like look like that and blow
get
shit
paid.
up.
Oh, I can kill people and get paid. Fuck yeah, I'm in. So wait, I join the military. I have to do what they tell me, but if I'm an independent and wear their bullshit camo,
But I can pick my own camo.
but I can pick my dope rig out and have my beard because I'm a Norse pagan Viking god. Netflix, I'll take that one.
do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, I'll cut any motherfucker that crosses me. Hey man, I'm independent. Rogue.
Contractor.
I'm a contractor. I don't see fucking which country, man. There's no lines. Let me get in this dope, like, European, like, Range Rover that they only have here.
Steel plated.
Yeah, steel-plated Volvo on fucking 60 inches. I love this.
Well, it does seem kind of fun a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff.
All the stuff.
All the equipment.
Yeah, but he's Norse, and
It's cool.
He's pagan, and he's heathen, and he's that guy, or Skarsgård, or whatever the fuck they are.
Well, who are we?
Who are we to judge?
Um,
Fucking guy watch Sons of Anarchy. I'm actually I'm a 1%er. We're a religion, so I have to have my blade on me. I'm a switchblade, and my uniform has to be cut into a leather vest. And I want patches. I want to turn the military thing into patches on the back.
Rockers.
Rockers. Is that what they call it? Yeah, that's what I knew they called them that because I am one of them. You mean rockers? Yeah, I just didn't think that you would know it because I'm a god. Or believing something.
Because I believe in God.
Something.
Tech these days.
Oh.
Oh,
Man.
let me tell you.
Oh, God.
Is often accused of encouraging forms of addiction. But emerging cyborg technology may offer an answer for treating the opioid epidemic. Embedding microchips in the brain of addicts could help to essentially rewire them. In November, West Virginia University launched a clinical trial using deep brain stimulation for patients suffering from treatment-resistant opioid use disorder. This type of treatment, known as pacemaker technology, has been used to treat heart failure and epilepsy. It's also known for its quote-unquote cyborg approach or use of embedded technology. The team in West Virginia implanted a Medtronic deep brain stimulation device in the addiction and reward center of the brain. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that mean it gives you a reward?
Or zap something that takes it away?
It takes the reward away every time you
But
want.
it's in the brain? You put it in the
Yeah,
brain?
they have a picture of it.
So they
It's
open up your brain and put it in.
deeply embedded.
Deeply embedded in your brain. Why? Because you just can't get off the junk?
Because you can't get off the junk.
Wouldn't it be better to get off it than be put under and have something put in your brain?
But if you believe that there was no possible way you could get off of it unless you put something in your
Unless you put it
brain,
in
would
your
you be
brain.
willing to try that?
Wouldn't you rather just want to get off of it?
Don't think it's that
You
easy.
can't do it, so you get it put in your brain.
Yeah.
What if that doesn't work?
Then you kill yourself.
Or the doctors. You sue the doctors.
And then you kill yourself.
Sue the doctors for malpractice. That seems a very invasive, intrusive way to.
Well, they didn't say it's big.
Well, I just mean any sort of brain surgery.
Well, that's all it's about.
It's about the brain.
It's not about the body,
It's not about the body. It's about the brain.
which is why we can see people get off of those things once their bodies are well over the physical ramifications and addiction and withdrawals.
Because it's in the brain.
And something happens in the brain that just doesn't let them not do it again.
We don't know what that something is.
Well,
Until we get there.
Not only do we not, because you and I have never suffered from an opioid addiction.
Yeah.
I don't think we know exactly what's going on there. We do know that it's
And it
one of the most.
It changes some things in there.
Yeah.
I hope they know that. They do know that because they've told us that. I hope they know when they put this in. Who knows what happens? After 6 months, your cravings get double as bad because we opened up your brain and we stuck something in it because you can't get off junk, Jimmy. But grandma,
Yeah.
I had to steal your VCR, bitch. You don't even use it, Jimmy. Your grandpa fought in WW2. Shut up. I'm going to play PlayStation till my dealer calls. Now leave me alone. Until I get the implant, fuck all y'all. Until you pay for my implant, fuck all y'all. I'll sell all your VCRs. Before I'm done, I'll sell every VCR in this neighborhood. Jimmy, stop stealing everyone's VCRs. Shut up and give me the implant.
VCRs.
It seems like, hey, you do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man.
Who knows?
If it was easy to get off of it, I think people would be getting off of it.
Is anything easy to do anything, really, if you think about it?
No, but some things are probably easier than others.
You know what the hardest thing to do is, dog?
What? Love?
Love. No, it's like get your fucking glasses and pay your bills and have a shitty life. Nothing's harder than that.
Glasses like prescriptions?
Yeah, get your prescription, be able to see, pay your fucking gas bill, pick up your dog shit, and wake up every day knowing that it sucks. Nothing's harder than that. Nothing.
I mean, I think that maybe,
Nothing's harder than being a non-square having to be a square. Nothing's harder. And don't tell me there's anything harder.
I don't know. I don't know if you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
Nothing's harder.
But it's
Than just being a square and accepting I have to be a square.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've managed to create a life for myself where although
Beautiful life.
I don't know if I had to be in the workforce. It's hard enough for me, like you're saying, just to do the trappings of a square life, the maintenance of bills and that kind of stuff. If I also, in order to be able to do that, had to give hours and hours of my day
To the man?
to the man,
Oh, you could probably, if you got a 9 to 5.
I'm not saying you can't.
Let's say you got a 9 to 5. You start on Monday morning. I think you do
You're an asshole.
DMT Wednesday at lunch. You just go in the bathroom and be like, anybody want to fucking, who wants it?
But okay, fine. Doing if whatever it takes. How long could I just do that and keep going back and back to work on Thursday?
Yeah, after doing DMT every Wednesday at lunch for 3 years. He does DMT at lunch on Wednesday. He's done it almost for 3.5 years. He's really a mess the rest of that day.
I believe what you're saying. And the way you put it is I think a very succinct sort of way to do it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. When something becomes an epidemic,
Yeah. You know there's something.
there's something going on
bigger
that's
than-
deeper.
I'm with you. I'm teasing.
I know you're teasing, but I mean, like it's like there was a crack epidemic too, but like this is worse than that.
No,
I think it is.
we just didn't. No, we only care because it's like,
No, I think it's worse though, because like more people are doing it and more people die from it. I don't know. You can die from crack, but like not as many people die from crack as dying from opioids.
This is strictly because it's just fucking white guys that like had normal childhoods and went to high school. That's all it is.
No, there is definitely a
There are
potential
large-
to overdose and die.
Oh yeah. I just mean this addiction and this problem.
Oh, the fact that we're being like, this is a crisis. It's because it's like
It's because it's
fucking
fucking
affected white people.
It's white guys
because
that
they
had
got
normal
shit-
childhood
Yeah,
that played,
that
that wrestled in high school.
100%. But it is also a more lethal.
Oh yeah,
substance.
I don't know any. I don't want
Its potential
I'm
to
not a
accidentally
doctor,
kill. You
but
know what
yeah,
I mean?
There's no like. There was a decade of like people of color like being like
Yeah, I mean,
destroyed.
it's just people don't
Yeah,
smoke crack and die immediately the first time they ever do it.
No.
You know what I mean? Or like paramedics don't go and pick a crackhead up off the street and then like go into cardiac failure from like touching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but you're talking about an epidemic when like if anything happened to anybody that did that, they would roll them into the river.
Absolutely.
Now, if something happens to you in a Walmart on a Wednesday, they send out a fucking SWAT team, revive you. Are you okay, baby? Well, am I going to get arrested? No. Do I get in trouble? No. Do I have to pay for this? No. And then it's like so fucking ass backwards. Well, I have to be getting in trouble. You've just sent like this. This must have cost like $30,000 to come save my life. It did. Do I pay for it? No. Well, I'll surely have to like
Later
talk to somebody, a judge, or no.
you're good.
All right, I'll see you
Tomorrow?
I'll see you tonight. I'm gonna go to my friend's house and
Do this
Do
again.
it again. I'll see you. Thank you guys. Bump it, bump it, bump it, bump it. Unbelievable.
Fuck, man.
My childhood best friend, Lynn.
Is this an Ask Amy?
This is an Ask Amy. I wanted to get in. It's 2020. I need you to be real.
I need you to cut this
I
shit.
need you to be real with me right now. My childhood best friend, Lynn, died after a long battle with colon cancer. She asked me to spread her ashes in Ireland off of a cliff that we visited together. She asked me the last time that I saw her. I was stunned, but I agreed. She died a couple of days later. That was 9 years ago. Oh my God. Unbelievable. What a fucking world. What a world. What a world we've built.
I was like, there's no way. It's been like, what, a couple years?
Yeah.
Like,
A decade ago.
okay. What's the question?
Lynn never married. She never had any children. It was pretty much just me and Lynn. Dead Lynn. You remember her?
10 years ago.
It was a while ago.
10-year-old dead Lynn.
You remember decade-old dead Lynn? We grew up together.
Oh, Jesus.
We attended college together. She was my maid of honor because we were like absolute fucking besties together, forever success, life. Her ashes are safe. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Here's a medal. You didn't lose them. Like, pat me on the back. I keep them in the freezer next to the Stofers. Fuck. Her ashes are safe in an urn in my home. But I feel so guilty that I did not carry out her final dying wishes. Best friend. It's not realistic for me to go to Ireland. Okay. Oh, she must maybe has a physical disability.
She's a terrorist.
I was in the IRA in the 70s. It's not realistic for me to go to Ireland. I'm retired. So, because I don't work. So the free time makes it literally impossible to do anything.
Like travel.
And devote that kind of money to a trip. Jonathan.
This is so bad, man.
My husband suggested that I throw the urn in the No, I'm sorry. My husband suggested that I have someone in Ireland, hire someone in Ireland and ship the ashes to them, to some drunk stranger named Mickey. Hey, I'm Mickey. I run a business for dumb bitches that can't make it here. Send me your shit and I'll do stuff with it. But I don't know anyone there, and I would not feel comfortable leaving this to someone else. What should I do?
Oh my
Lady, you done fucked up.
No, you could just fix it all tomorrow.
Definitely.
I mean, it would
she's
take...
Definitely not. I don't know. I never been anywhere. You could probably, if you book a flight enough in advance, right? They cost like $30.
Where's she calling? Where's she writing from? Does it say?
What in the United States would it be? Was
Just-
it more?
just curious.
Which way do you go?
Well,
to
if
Ireland?
it's like if
Boston
she's calling
or LA?
from, it would take 5 hours to get there if you were on the East Coast.
She's on the East Coast, definitely. She lives
Like
in New
in
Hampshire. This sounds like somebody from New Hampshire. She lives in fucking Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
5 hours. You could do it in
It literally is that quick.
Yeah, you could do it in a day.
You could not. You could stay one night. So a flight you could probably do it for under $1,000 if you gave yourself enough.
100%.
If you get I'll book it 6 months.
100%.
So this woman,
This retiree,
can't come up with $1,000 to honor her lifelong best friend,
and hasn't been able to
dying
come up
wishes.
with $1,000 in 10 years.
10 years. Should we start a GoFundMe for her? Find this
I
woman.
mean, I would buy her a flight.
Just do it right now. I wouldn't. She doesn't deserve a fucking
She
thing.
doesn't, but her friend does.
Her friend. I'm sorry.
Denise.
Let's do it for Denise. Dead Denise.
Dead Denise. But
It's amazing.
But also, think about this. I mean, yes, you're not honoring your friend's dying wish, which is that makes you a shitty friend, even in the afterlife. Imagine what it is that compels somebody that to rather than solve that problem, you'd rather live in the unresolved guilt of not having done that.
Just day in, day out.
You still suck, but you could go to a cliff in New Hampshire and dump it and be like, I'm sorry I never got to Ireland.
Oh my God, that would be...
I'm saying, but at least it frees you of the guilt of just not doing anything for all time.
No.
Yes,
That would
because
be
at least if you can't give this
I
person...
would rather go to McDonald's on St. Patrick's Day, have a Shamrock Shake, and pour it over the edge of the table like it was a cliff. I loved you.
I'm saying
No.
If you can't provide or the effort for this person that you seemingly cared about so much,
Whole lives together, best
at
friends.
least be willing to have mercy on yourself.
No.
And why not?
Fuck her. Fuck that bitch. Sorry, that's so rude.
Why would you want to live with that guilt?
You shouldn't want to, but you shouldn't be absolved of that. You have to have that shame because you're a sick fuck. Do what she wants. Don't let her have an out.
Yeah.
If you took it to the sand dunes, it might make you feel better. Well, fuck you feeling better. Feel worse. Let's shame this lady into feeling so bad
that she does.
She throws herself off. You know what? I'm going to leave the urn and I'm going to book a fucking flight to Dublin and throw it in a pub. Throw it in somebody's face.
And it's not like...
Take it to the Guinness factory
and throw
it in with the hops.
It's not like I have no idea what... It's like you went there with this person, so you've been there before. So it's not even like the fear of an unknown, because you're just going somewhere you've already gone.
I'm going to fly to her house, pick the fucking ashes
I mean,
up
if
and go
we
myself.
could...
Go herself and do it for her. Unbelievable. Lied right to her face. Well, I didn't lie because I didn't say yes. I just nodded in agreement.
No, I said yes, but I didn't...
I know I didn't.
I didn't know what I was...
She said to me, and I just nodded. And nodding, there was no verbal, and so there's no verbal.
No, verbal. She knows she made a promise. She knows that she's made a promise.
Oh, my God.
And she hasn't fulfilled that promise.
Do it. You will feel so good if you do this.
What I'm asking is, what is the psychological disposition that would allow you to torture yourself about something like that? If it's something that's on your mind so much that you still 10 years later write some stupid fucking thing and refuse to listen to your husband's terrible advice, what is it about you that you feel like you deserve that type of punishment?
It's all she thinks about.
What? And that's what I mean is like, why is it that these things become so insurmountable in our minds?
Well, she got an implant. I have a new business. It's for lazy fucking shitty fucks. Inconsiderate fuck industries. And we put an implant in your head and it makes you act like a fucking human being. It's crazy cool, man. Cyborg Technology is what we call it.
I can't
get on a fucking flight and do this. But you see what the problem is?
It's not practical.
I'm retired, which means I have nowhere to go ever and nowhere to be. So booking the flight is virtually impossible because I could literally go any day at any time.
Too many options.
So it's the options. I have a thing about options. And if you could put an implant in my brain, I go to Costco and I see all the I can't order. Ask my husband. I can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. I can't do it.
Menu's too big.
Can't do it. It's a disorder. It's called cheesecake disorder. It's tough.
I hope for the sake of
she ain't gonna do
The Departed and for the sake of this
Martin
person.
Scorsese film. Yes, I hope for
no, for Denise and for this person that maybe acknowledging this guilt and asking Amy has started some ball rolling in her.
What's up with her shitty husband that can't facilitate?
What did he say to do?
Throw the urn away.
No, what did he say to do?
I remember. I think he said just throw it away.
Throw it away, bitch.
You won't think about it.
No, what did you throw?
I threw it away. I actually put it in an envelope
burned it
and I sent it. I
Ireland.
shipped it to the prime minister or whatever the fuck they have there. And I asked for forgiveness.
What did Amy say? Why didn't Amy do something about this? Why didn't Amy intervene?
Amy, what do you do?
Like, you had an address. You could have been like, listen, I happen to have a cousin in Ireland. Like, if you can't do this, then I'll help get that shit over there.
Shaban.
His name is Shaban.
Shaban. She specializes in this kind of shit.
But seriously,
that's a good business. I bet if this woman wrote in, we know that things are usually, it's not just an individual thing. There's probably thousands of women who have made this agreement with their best friends who have passed away that have, can we start a business where we get to travel for free. We go from country to country, taking lazy fucking bitches' ashes to for their best friends.
Inconsiderate
fuck industries. Oh, we have so many. We're going to Madrid. We have 6 women that we found that responded to our
6
ad,
shitty
a
friends.
Facebook ad, and they all promised that, like, some going back 25 years, some going back 50 years, and they're about to die, and they're so afraid that this won't happen. Fact is, we don't take some of the trips. We just pretend we do. We Photoshop the pictures. We're really burning them good.
Oh
my God. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
It's tough to lie to a best friend 2 days before they die.
Even a dead one.
Even the dead ones. Now I lay me down to sleep. I lied to your face. Pray my soul to you. Just, God, that relief.
She didn't think she was lying then? She had every intention of going.
Even when she was working full time, when she agreed?
That's what I'm saying. She was like,
I'll wait when I'm retired.
no, she was
I'll
like,
do this.
She thought she was going to go in 6 months.
I'm good to go. I'll take a week off of work. But then I retired. And then just, what happens with retirees. It just, they never go anywhere. They never get in RVs and do that stupid thing they always wanted to do. Wear those dumb shorts and go places with each other. You know that.
Take cruises.
Oh, you know what retirees hate to do? They hate to take stupid cruises. I hate it.
I don't think that she thought that this was going to become such an issue.
Such a albatross.
But I mean, it really is. It's shocking.
It's shocking.
That's what it is to me. I find that shocking.
Lucky for me, you want your ashes spread in Malibu.
In this apartment.
So
you don't have to go very
It's
far.
going to take me 9 years to finally, dig it out of the closet. It's in there. We're not going anywhere. I'll do it.
It's like you'll combo it with like a weekend that they have to fumigate, so you have to leave anyway.
Oh, I have
so
to leave anyway? You know what? I'll save half for Hawaii. He'd love it. A little bonus. He'll know. He'll know up there.
He'll feel it.
He'll know up there. Hakukaku. I'll do some sort of, fucking ceremony. I'll do a little dance. Toss half the shit. A little bit of it here. Some in Malibu. A little bit of future. Covered all my bases. He was great, man. He was great. Press summit into a diamond.
Yep.
Smoke the rest. Snort the rest with Keith.
Smoked a bunch of it.
He's in all of us. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
America, through the eyes of 2 Americans, honor your best friend's wishes, please.
For God's sake.
Do it in life. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Do it in life.
You fail them in life.
Fail them in life. Let them see you fail.
Lie to them now.
Lie to their faces in real time now so they know how shitty you are. When they die, they'll think about this as the last thing. It's much better that way. Where you could just fucking do what they ask. And then you ask for something and then they do it. And you see what I'm saying? And then the world goes around and actually something happens.
Something fucking
Instead of everyone just being like, yeah, I'll do it. You never did that. You said you were going to do that. You're going to pay. You said you would. I told you they close at 8 and you said you'd pick it up. Well, I didn't do it.
But you said you would.
You told me, don't worry about it. I'll get it for you. I called and asked if you picked it up. They said you never showed up. I didn't. I was eating. I saw this person I know. Fuck off. Why do I have to do shit? And then it.
888-842-2357.
Pick up your own
What do you
shit.
want Seth and I to do with your ashes? Let us know on the voicemail.
Yeah, what do you do? Send a little bit out here. I'd like a nice ash collection.
This is my ash collection of all the dead listeners of the show.
Patreon subscribers.
These are all the dead Patreon
There's a little
subscribers.
picture of them. That's nice. Isn't that nice?
So
Isn't that beautiful?
Speaking of Patreon, if you can pledge to the show, you can also watch video versions of all these episodes, and you can get discounts on merch. But if you go to our Patreon page, it's the way we support ourselves and keep the show commercial free. 888-842-2357 is our toll-free voicemail. UhhYeahDude@me.com is our email. If you want to just do a one-time donation, you could Venmo us at UYD4L. That's UYD 4 letter L. And what else? Come back.
888
Tell a friend.
842-2357. That's the voicemail for the show. It's a toll-free voicemail. Yeah, thank you so much. This was 771. Please come back for 772. We started in February of 2006, so we're coming up on February 2020. And so that's coming up on
14?
celebrating that 14th birthday. Oh, God. Just to think. What's a 14-year-old? Like it was a skateboarder? What was that? A little skateboarder? What grade is that? A high school kid?
14?
Is 14 high school?
9th grade?
Holy shit. Our podcast is like leaving
Freshman.
middle school. And it's like a freshman in high school. That's so nerve-wracking. Walking into that high school, all the middle schools, all flooding into that one high school. So fucking nervous. 9th grade, freshman, walking that hall. Oh my God. Look at everybody.
They're so tall.
Everyone's so tall. Oh, I have the stupid zit. Fuck the zit. How nervous is our kid going to be? We got to say, listen, you got here. You did this.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're my
Just-
child.
Just be you.
You know, do you. Be you. Out loud. Live out loud. Go into that class and yell. Say, I'm me. Well, actually, don't do that.
And
You don't
if
want to
any-
bring too much attention to yourself.
If anyone tells you if you don't do drugs with them, they won't be your friend, then they're really not your friend.
But to find out what they got, though. Find out if they got stuff.
Forget that.
I remember first day freshman year, my boy Jimmy Ahern, he wore the Spuds McKenzie t-shirt that we all bought in 8th grade on the Washington trip. And I think that we were all like mortified because we were just like,
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? And he wore his like Spuds McKenzie t-shirt. And we were like, are you out of your we're in fucking high school now. Are you fucking mental?
I can't even.
You know what I mean? Polaroid that shit. My fucking double collar, fucking Kirk Cameron.
Did you Kirk Cameron it first
Had
day
to.
of school?
Had to. I was fucking doing that right. Double fucking boom, Cavaricci's.
Jesus, I would have hated you.
Oh, you would have fucking loved me. I rolled into that fucking high school strong. I said, I got to establish who I am right now.
Did you think you wore Cavaricci's to your first day of school?
Who are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to?
Fucking Goomba, man.
Air Max Cavaricci's double collar. Freshman year,
what a
probably like
fuck.
4'11". What's up? Who wants some? What's the smoke? Holy shit.
What a turd.
What's the
What a
smoke?
fucking turd, man.
Fucking shit, man.
I can't. I think I was wearing a Jane's Addiction t-shirt my
That
first
is
day.
So fucking fresh.
Yeah.
Damn.
First day of school. Fishbone or Jane's Addiction or
Something
some shit.
real.
Something legit in like LA.
Yeah, like, God, look at this guy. Vans.
Fucking bad. Man. Come back for 772.
Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.